This is chapter 2 in our AMMO Training Academy, the core detailing principles, where we're going to change the way you think about detailing. Now we need to do this downstairs in the garage. Let's get started. Core principle number 1 is dirt equals rocks. Now what do I mean by that? If I were to take a microscope and put it on your dirty paint, you'd look at it and say, oh my God, it looks like huge rocks. Well, essentially that's what it is. So if you think of a massive rock like this, turns into a stone, that turns into a pebble, that turns into dirt and dust, that's what gets kicked up on your car. It's the same exact thing. So when I tell people this, they go like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, when you're dry wiping your paint or going like, oh, look at my paint, or wiping it with a towel and you don't have lubrication, you're literally doing this across the paint. So if you wouldn't do that on your paint, don't dry wipe it. Principle number 2 is lubrication. Now that we know that dirt equals rocks on our paint and us wiping the paint improperly causes scratches, we have to introduce something called lubrication. Now, in my crazy brain, I would love to invent something called the paint vacuum. So you put a vacuum on the paint and you could hypothetically pull off the dirt. Now, the point I'm trying to make is if this was a tiny little piece of dirt, if you were to take it and just pick it up like this, you're not gonna cause any scratching. But that doesn't work like that. Obviously, we have to wipe it. So to do that, we have to introduce lubrication in the form of water or drying agents. In this case, I'm gonna use this little bubble wrap as an example as a lubricant. What the lubricant does is it covers that rock and then it helps it roll off as you pick it up with the microfiber towel. So this is one of the most important concepts to remember, a principle that anytime you touch your paint, you have to have some type of lubrication in it to make sure that it doesn't scratch or put what I call love marks in your paint.
Number 3 is clear coat is not forever. Clear coat is a layer of clear paint that covers the colored paint underneath it. This clear layer protects the paint from the sun's UV rays, which in turn keeps the color pigment looking deep and rich for longer. However, this hard, protective clear layer is very thin.
So think of it like saran wrap on last night's dinner. It's very thin, but it does protect the underneath, meaning the pigment underneath. You have the clear coat on top and the pigment underneath. But if you compound it too much, or let's say you wipe it without lubrication, you're gonna wear it out and expose the pigment underneath. For the sake of demonstration, your clear coat is about as thick as this piece of paper, so properly maintaining it and protecting it will increase its longevity. Core detailing principle number 4 is cross-contamination. It's one of the most common mistakes we make. So I have my wheel bucket here and my wheel wash mitt. Now, if I'm cleaning the rim and I get brake dust all over it and then wipe it across the paint, obviously I'm gonna scratch the heck out of it. That's a very common cross-contamination problem. But the same thing happens with door jambs or lower rocker panels. If you mix up the pads that you're using on the car, you're gonna damage the rest of the paint. So keep that in mind. Anything that you use for the wheels stays with the wheels. Anything you use for the paint stays with the paint, and so on. Do not mix tools, otherwise your paint is gonna pay for it. Or to put it another way, I wouldn't use my toilet bowl brush and then clean my sink. That'd be pretty gross. Principle number 5 is the magic pill syndrome. That's the belief that you can put something on your paint once and never have to touch it again. 5, 10, 100 years, whatever it is, that sort of concept, that belief is wildly false. And it's actually quite dangerous to people like professionals in this industry, manufacturers, and of course, beginners, who I'm talking to right now. You actually have to put effort in to get something worthy out of it. Now, you're saying to yourself, hey, the point of this video is to compress all of this. You want to make things faster, more efficient, and create a better looking car. Yeah, okay, we can do things to kind of squeeze that down and just make it very strategic, very sniperish, like a perfect shot. And so we've developed products along the way. So originally we had carnauba wax, then we had sealants, and then we have things called coatings. All of them are amazing, but there is nothing out there that just prevents you from doing, putting it on once and never having to touch it. So I pulled this out. This is a nasty little clear bra because I've been playing with it, but this is 13 mils thick, and I'm giving you this example. If this is 13 mils thick, and it's still relatively thin, it's actually on my car right behind the camera. It'll last, let's say on a race car, let's call it a season. And then on a car like mine where I go to the track every once in a while, it'll last 2-3 years, depending, the front will be kind of messed up more. But on a regular street car, it'll last 5 years. Why am I telling you this? Look how thick and strong this is. Look, I can't even pull it apart. And this is 13 mils thick. If you put some sort of wax sealant coating on your car, it's very, very thin. So logically thinking, it's not gonna make sense that it's gonna last 150 years. I'm being facetious, but you get the point. So I don't wanna be down on products, obviously. I just think that misconception that you can just do something once and dust and dirt is not gonna then get on your car. It's sort of like saying, hey, I can pop this pill, but I'm not actually gonna have to do a proper routine and do the right workout and eat the right food so that I can have the output, have the look, win the award, the Mr. Universe thing. Does that sort of make sense? So the bottom line is this: if something sounds too good to be true, like anything in life, it probably is. Just stick with a proper routine, follow this regimen, use quality products, use quality techniques, and you're gonna get a quality result. Just don't think that you're gonna just squeeze something on the car and wipe it on a few times and then you're done. So I put that as a core detailing principle number 5, because it's so important and it's so much bigger than this. So anyways, yeah, we're done with this. Now let's hop into the essential detailing tools. Pretty cool.
This is just one video within the Ammo Training Academy. To go through the entire course and to learn how to detail your car properly, visit AMMONYC.com and click on the training link.